Welcome back to Angel Citadel. How's everybody doing? It's been a couple weeks, and we're back playing Numenera tonight. I've got my cast with me, and we are getting ready to go back to a ruined keep, as I recall.
I forgot.
So let's do some quick introductions for those of you that haven't seen us before, and we'll introduce ourselves and our characters. I'm Josh Wallace. I am half of Angel Citadel. I'm your storyteller tonight, and this is Monty Cook Games' Numenera, Slaves of the Machine God. Quartz, let's kick off with you today.
Hello, I'm Quartz, or Quartz Crush in the Angel Citadel Discord, and I play Thalo, who is our mystical nano who crafts illusions.
Awesome. Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah, GameSnack on the Discord, and I play Andabel, the civic-minded Arcus who works miracles.
Excellent. Joanne.
I am Joanne Wallace, the other half of Angel Citadel and the tech guru who's trying to make sure everything's working. I am playing Chips Are Done, a serene Wright who has a third hand.
And last but not least, Rusty.
Hi, I'm Rusty, Rusty T. Robot in both the Twitch chat and the Angel Citadel Discord. I'm playing Doran, the Fist Monser, an intimidating glaive who needs no weapons.
Awesome. When last we left off, when last we left off, I have a wonderful cast member who takes awesome notes in all the games that she plays with us, both in person and live on the internet. And did I mention she's awesome? The notes that she takes are hilarious to actually go through and listen, but it's extremely helpful. She takes better notes than most people that I've ever met in a role-playing game, and so it's fun to have her as a cast member. Go ahead, and Hannah, take it away.
I'm glad she takes these notes because we all know that I suck at taking notes.
Okay, well, last time on Slaves of the Machine God, we had returned to Ion after retrieving the memory gauntlet. And lost memories are returned, babies are kissed, all is well. And then Radius, a friendly NPC, came to us to ask that we help him with a task. He had been assigned to escort a group of people to the new site that the Amber Gleaners are building called the Amber Keep. It's way out on the edge of anything, and they had lost contact with the advanced team, and he was going to go find them, and he wanted us to come with, which naturally we did. I feel obligated to notify you that these carriages are pulled by Galeen instead of Anine, which are lizard birds rather than frog lizards.
I feel obligated to add to that I did not actually create these animals or these monsters or this setting. I just happily bask in the craziness of it.
So we went on a very long and treacherous trip with dangerous geography and also dangerous wildlife as we were attacked by a flock? Let's go with flock. Of homicidal person-sized butterflies.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, we were.
It was very exciting. Fisto got hit in the face with a carriage yet again. I think we're just gonna go for.
He's big and strong. He's not the most agile. He can't dodge that well.
And Chips gets the VIP for that combat round after she coup de grace like 4 separate butterflies.
Hooah.
Once we had emerged victorious, we continued to the location only to find that the site, although they had begun construction, had clearly been attacked, and all of the personnel were missing, all of the food had been stolen, and lots of things were set on fire.
Don't forget the gang signs.
Also, there are gang signs painted all over stuff.
Those of you that can see the cast here, there's a picture on the screen. You can maybe see the gang sign. Nope, it's covered by the people. That's okay.
Kind of like a weird stretched out skull.
All right, everybody, now you can see the gang sign. Someone tagged your settlement, yo.
You!
Oh man.
Ooh.
So, Radius and Fisto began tracking the miscreants who had done this terrible deed. Philo started putting out fires. Chips put together a whole workshop, which she and the other Wright that were with us are going to use to build defensive structures and stuff. And Annabelle made the NPCs stop crying, which was a harder task, I think. Anyway, back to you.
All righty. So let's start with Doran the Fist Monsieur and Radius as they follow a clawed footprint, drag mark, bloody trail out and away from the settlement, or what's left of it, into the wilderness. You see the occasional tree or large outcropping of rock, strange piece of jagged synth sticking out of the ground, or some giant piece of crystal dotting the landscape every now and then. But for the most part, it's fairly barren. Many of these non-living markers are probably some kind of relic from prior worlds that are built for some unknown purpose, but you don't see any functioning devices on them. They've been picked clean for a very long time. The trail that you're following winds through and around these obstacles for 4, maybe 5 hours into the night, because it was late in the day when you got there last time. And finally, as you crest a small hill, you see it goes and leads down into something of a dell, kind of a valley. There is a fairly large structure. To call it anything else is, I don't know what else you'd call it. It looks like a massive rock, but it's made out of what appears to be some sort of violet crystal type substance, heavily opaque. You're seeing a slight glow coming from it, but nothing bright at all. It's very, very dim. It's not dome-like, but it looks to be at least 10, 15 feet tall, and probably, I don't know, 100 feet wide, and there's a large opening at the ground level. Every once in a while, as you're looking at this thing, you see a brief sparkle from within, almost like lights on a panel or something like that, but not quite the same. Maybe more like fireflies. I don't know how well to describe that, but hopefully you get the idea. So you're at the top of this hill. You're probably 200, 250 feet away from it. There's some rock near you. There's this large hunk of synth sticking out of the ground that's 15 feet in front of you. But the closer you get to it, it goes back to being that barren ground. What do you do? Tracks are leading right for it.
So Duran is gonna kind of hear, and you said it's like a hole in the ground, right? What you said?
No, it's a mound of crystalline rock.
Sorry. Yeah, got that all mixed up there. Okay. So Duran he's gonna glance at the mound, glance at Radius, glance back at the mound. So what do you think? Should we punch it? The track's leading right towards it.
Radius looks at you. I'm sorry. Punch it?
Is there an opening in the mound at all?
Yes, there's a massive opening in the front of the mound.
Okay, I missed that. Okay, never mind. I missed that. Roll that back. So Duran is, like I said, rewinding here. Duran's gonna look at the mound, look at Radius, look back at the mound, and nothing's really stopping us from going inside, right? Shall we?
Radius looks at it for a second. Brave one, aren't you? All right.
Should be.
I'll follow your lead.
And Duran is cautiously going to start walking inside.
Where suddenly, for no apparent reason, a carriage appears directly in front of his face and he breaks his nose again.
No, I want to see consequences.
That's why, hey, this is why I said cautiously. I'm being
Okay.
cautious this time.
So we're cautiously approaching the rock that's 250 feet in front of us. Are you sneaking? Is that what you're doing, or are you, when you say cautiously, are you walking with your hands in front of you, trying to find the invisible carriage that you don't break your nose on, or what do you mean when you say cautiously?
Okay, when we get close to it, you said there's an opening. Tracks leading right inside, correct?
Yep.
That's what you said. When we get close to it, Duran is going to steady himself and slowly make his way inside of there while looking around for anything that could potentially hurt him.
Okay.
Keeping his eyes open and his senses sharp. I am going to be very careful with my wording here with you, Josh. Because that's what's got me fucked in the past.
Give me just a second here. This sucks.
Please stand by.
I'm trying to make it so that our audience can see what Rusty sees.
Which is black because he doesn't have night vision.
No, it's a
Not the
wagon
audience.
appearing spontaneously directly in front of his face.
Now Rusty, you should be able to see something, right?
Yeah, I do. Just
I
a
thought you could.
small little circle around me, but yeah, I can see
Okay.
something.
For Angel Citadel play to see something, she needs a character sheet. Then you just give her a token. I'd just give her a big eyeball. He is the great and powerful Saran.
Okay. That is what you can see.
I'm assuming my explorer's pack comes with a light. It has some kind of a source of light in it, correct?
I believe you have torches and possibly a glow globe.
Okay.
He should have 2 minor glow globes.
Well, for the ambiance, I'm actually Doran's going to grab one of his torches out of his pack and light it, just so he's got some semblance of light guiding him in. He may not be the smartest, but he's smart enough to know not to just run in head first into the darkness.
This time.
Yeah, touche.
Okay. You see off to your left a creature. Let me share that just a second here. And it looks like that.
Mhm.
It appears to be eating leftover meat off of a fairly large bone.
Judgment. So I'm judging chat a little bit.
It's a fairly gaunt humanoid, head like a beetle with waving mandibles, orange skin, and some leopard-like spots. clawed hands and feet. It's maybe 6 foot tall, maybe just shy of 6 foot tall. And that's as far as your light is carrying.
Point of order. The large bone, human-sized or...
Much larger.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably twice to 3 times that.
You know what? Doron's gonna take an extra bit of precaution here, just in case things go ugly, and he's actually going to equip his density nodule cipher. So I gotta roll the level on that real quick. Okay. Let's roll a level on that. That is going to be a level 1 cipher.
Sweet.
So for the next 28 hours, each time, but not more than once per round, the wearer of the armor, the nodule is attached to is struck hard enough to inflict damage. You teleport to an immediate distance in a random direction, not up or down. Since the wearer is prepared for this effect and their foe is not, the wearer's defenses are eased for 1 round after they teleport. All right. So yeah, so he's going to be he's taking his density nodule and he's kind of affixing it to the bottom of his shirt collar of his vest there, just so he's prepared for what may happen.
Okay.
Right. So here's what I'm thinking, Radius. You're made of metal. You're more durable than I am. Why don't you take the lead on this one?
Okay.
Because if anything happens, I'm made of flesh. So there's a chance of disfigurement. You can be prepared. Easily. Well, easily per se. You know what I mean.
Fisto
Right.
chickens out immediately.
Fisto has an unforeseen fear of giant humanoid bugs.
Insectophobia is a bitch.
I can see Hannah writing that's going in the notes.
Yeah, no, I heard her narrating it as she was writing it.
All right. Radius. Slowly pulls his axe from his back, but holds it with the blade down, pointed towards the ground, and slowly walks in.
And Doran is going to be following right behind.
So move your character where you want him to be. Okay.
Oh, there's more than one.
Yes, there is more than one. And as the metal android starts walking on the crystal stone, you hear click, 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 click of his feet on the stone. And all of them look up and towards you. Their mandibles just.
Right. Having you go first, bad idea. Don't let me suggest things again. And he is going to get right up, from behind. He's going to get right up next to right up next to Radius, prepared for whatever's happening here. His fists all at the ready. Just, Radius, don't let me suggest things again. Apparently, it never turns out right.
I will take that under advisement.
Well, you ready for this? Because God knows I'm not.
Okay. So you see 5 of these creatures. They're not immediately moving towards you, but they are definitely tensing in a way that looks like they're getting ready to spring into action or something. You see all of them have next to them you'd probably call it crude. It's a spear, but it's a stick with some sort of synth, almost like the head of a glaive, except the stick's not as long as a glaive would normally be, right? So it's still more spear-like, but the synth doesn't look anything like the head of a normal spear. It's not like an arrowhead point type of device. It's much more crude than that. You have probably a round to act if you want to do something.
Yeah. Maybe 1 second.
This is not looking like a fair fight.
Yeah, it's as much as I want to say that I can handle it, the best course of action would probably be to leave before they get angry. There's no shame in retreating.
Are you going to back away?
He's gonna wait to see if Radius does first.
Radius isn't backing away because he's expecting to need to cover your retreat.
And Doran is going to look at him and is just, why are you not running away? I was going to cover you.
Because he parrots back, and his voice subtly shifts almost to mimic yours, because I am metal and easily repaired, and you are flesh.
All right. Bad thing for me to say. Sorry about that.
You're gonna have to report to HR about this later.
Look, how about this? We both walk backwards, keeping eye contact. That way we'd both be ready if they jumped us. How does that sound? Mainly because if you were to stay here, covering me, that would leave you in danger.
Well, I hadn't planned on staying either, but yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
So you're backing away, maintaining eye contact.
Yes, just prepared for anything, really.
Okay. We're going to call this an intimidation check. What do you have that's going to help you with that, if anything?
I'm trained in intimidation tasks.
Hey, that's helpful.
I also I don't know. Oh, right. I've got two abilities here. I've got my menace ability. One foe you choose within immediate range. Well, would you say any of them are within immediate range? Right?
They are
Or
not within immediate range. They're within short range. Or
okay,
most
then
of them
never
are,
mind.
anyway.
Yeah, okay, never mind on that then. But yeah, so I'm trained within. I am trained in intimidation tasks.
All right. So this is going to be a difficulty 1 roll for you.
18.
That'll do. You keep your eye on them and slowly back away. Crocodile Dundee style. And Radius backs away with you. And you leave the cave. What do you do now?
Okay. Radius. So we need to think of a plan. Yeah. Well, okay. I know I told you to not let me suggest anything, but that was a figure of speech more than anything. Actually,
Radius looks confused.
just don't worry about
The
it.
the incredibly smart, artificially intelligent looks confused at your logic.
Just let me think. Honestly, we're outmanned here, so we probably should go back to the others, inform them of what we saw, and maybe come back with the rest of them, so we don't get our asses handed to us. How's that sound?
This is probably a good idea.
That's the best one. That's the best idea I'm going to have all day. So
He looks like he's about to say something, but then shakes his head.
as I take it like he's like doing that whole finger raise about to say something thing, right?
Yes.
Doran's just like, don't stop, and he's gonna just start walking back the direction they came.
Okay. It is nearly morning by the time you arrive back at the camp. The group has managed to cobble together, with help from Visso the right, and chips are done. A few small structures, they're crude still, but you didn't really have much to work with anyway. They keep the weather out and the wind out, and you were able to get a little bit of sleep. The other two, crud, where are you? Kadri and Zoyan were mostly consoled by Androbel and her incredible powers of calming and persuasion and Arcusness. Arcus extraordinary. and that's where you come back to. It's fairly quiet. Visso is actually keeping watch. There's a small fire, and he stands up, or excuse me, she stands up with a small sword at hearing the two of you coming near, and then she slowly relaxes as she recognizes the glint of metal off of Radius's body in the firelight. You're back. Did you find them?
We found,
Where's Nord?
We found something. So
Boy, I'm
She
sure there's
holds
a way
up
you
her
could have worded
finger
that
and-
word, but I don't know what it was.
we found this cave mound thing. That's where the tracks are leading to, and these giant humanoid insect things. We decided we were outmanned, I would say. So we decided we'd come back here, report what we saw, and that's where we are now. I may have also accidentally said some hurtful things to this one here, which I have apologized for on the trip back. Thank you.
I see.
Fisto, the hell did you do?
I said that he should be the first one in because he's made of metal and easily repairable, whereas I am made of flesh and prone to injury.
Right, that's just racist.
It's not racist
That's
when it's an
incorrect
objective.
information.
It's correct. It's correct information. It is observational information.
You are much easier to fix than he is. He requires parts that we may or may not have, and you can just be poked by that one.
Oh shit, you're right.
Between me and Zoyan,
Yes.
we can fix most anything that's wrong with you.
Look, I
For him,
also
he requires me or Z. What is
look,
wrong with you?
I also may just have a really big fear of bugs, and those were giant bugs. That is like my
You're
one.
an Aneen's ass.
That is like
by
my
this
one.
time-
Regular ass, honey. He's just a regular ass.
By this time, everybody has woken up, and Zoyan looks around kind of sleepily. Who is in Aneen's ass?
Apparently I
This
am.
is an Aneen's ass.
Apparently I am because I accidentally said something wrong.
No,
Even
no.
though I
If
was,
the words came out of your mouth, then it wasn't an accident.
even
Also,
though
you
I was
repeated them
stating an
immediately.
even though I was stating an observation,
An
An
inaccurate
incorrect
observation.
an inaccurate observation from somebody who was uninformed about things.
Jinx. Anyway.
Common sense.
Halo is just glaring at Duran. Like, for the first time, she doesn't actually seem like she has anything to say, but she looks mad.
Look, I've apologized. I know that I was in the wrong, and I
From
apologize.
inside the shelter, you hear Zoyan again. You know, I'm not sure I have anything in here to take someone and make them human again from an Aneen's ass. I didn't bring both bags though. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was gonna need them.
No, you're not going to need it. It was a figure of speech.
And you see Zoyan peek her head out of the shelter. Wait a minute. He doesn't look anything like an Aneen's ass.
And
No, he
yet.
just keeps opening up his mouth and releasing manure.
I do have something for that. And she goes back in the shelter, and you hear rummaging around in her bag, bottles clanking and stuff, and she comes out with a small vial. Here, drink this. And she uncorks it and holds it to your lips.
Zoe, I promise you that's fine.
As you're talking, she pours it in your mouth. It is the absolute worst tasting stuff that you have ever had in your life. You have no idea what herbs she used to make this concoction, but you hope you never find out.
You know, I don't know if it'll fix him, but maybe he'll think twice before he says something next time.
What? Hi. Zoe, what was inside? Oh God.
She starts listing off ingredients that you've never heard of, and she puts the inside of her wrist, like they do on your forehead, and she's kind of like feeling for your temperature, and reaches and kind of gets at your eye and opens it up and looks in it. You look like you're going to be okay. I think I did it.
While she's doing all this, Doran is going to look at Thala with pleading eyes, as if to, subtly say, "Help me."
Zoe kind of beams at Annabelle,
Thela
Good
glares
job,
a little
Zoe,
harder.
good job.
Her eyes. Thela glares a little harder. Her eyes actually start to glow blue, like she's about to do something.
I made a mistake. Okay, look, I think I've been punished enough. I made one mistake, and it's not going to happen again. I promise. Just never, just never make me change that again.
Radius, did he only make one mistake?
Well, if we're talking about accuracy and tracking and moving in the wild in a way that invites non-detection, technically he made 473 mistakes. But with regards to me, yes, it was only the one.
Look, I never said I was the most experienced. I never said that I'm the most stealthiest. I'm actually not stealthy at all.
403.
73. Sorry.
In regards to
Oh,
the
good.
tracking and non-detection, that one I didn't even know I was doing it wrong. I've never tracked things like that before.
Then there was the walking across 200 feet of open ground and walking directly into a cave in which he had no idea what was inside it, and then lighting a torch.
I was walking slowly, and it was pitch black, and I could not see, so I needed to see what I was walking into, so I could avoid, I don't know, breaking my nose again.
I mean, I suppose lighting the torch means he learned part of a lesson from doing that exact thing repeatedly.
I still don't know if my nose is fully healed from last time, so... And how was I supposed to know that there were giant bugs in there? Without lighting the torch. Would you have preferred if I just walked right in there without lighting anything and getting mauled by the bugs?
I think he
The
probably would have
question
preferred you
is-
didn't walk in.
Did you
The
leave
trap-
them back here?
Kadri looks around. I don't like bugs.
Ripple joins the club.
Yes, but you hit things. I don't. Oh dear.
It's fine.
And she starts hyperventilating.
And it... Okay.
Damn it,
And
Fisto, I
he's
just
gonna-
made her stop doing that.
He's gonna take a deep breath.
Chips is gonna look at Annabelle. Can you? Because my solution at this point in time for this incessant hyperventilating is to just simply send them back to town because they are exploring a wilderness, and if she's going to be panicking every 5 minutes, then maybe she's not really meant for the amber life.
Well, I agree that she should probably be elsewhere, but unfortunately, it's not like we can send her back alone. So, anyway. Chandri, look at me. Look at me.
Can you just knock her ass out until we're done then?
Okay, you got a birthday cake. Birthday cake. Blow out the birthday candles. Go on. Go on,
She
blow it out.
does it.
Okay. Now you have some water. Have some water.
She takes some
Okay.
water.
Okay. How many teacups are there in the moon?
She looks up at the moon, and are you talking about the whole moon or just the part with the stripe there?
Nope, the whole thing. Whole moon. How many teacups in the whole moon?
I don't know.
All right. But you've been distracted from panicking, so you've stopped hyperventilating, which is what I wanted.
Okay. Just as a side note, you look up as she does, and you see the moon with a large, dim, perfectly straight stripe down the middle of it.
Down,
I
down the
knew
middle,
it.
vertically or horizontally?
Off kind of diagonally. It's just
I feel like that's not totally normal, but I've been wrong about these things before.
it's every time you've looked at the moon, you've seen it.
I guess somebody just painted the moon at some point.
I mean, the moon's been like that for as long as I can remember. Well, where have you been?
Only this side is painted, the other side not so much.
Well, I don't think we let any back here. I feel like they would have called up to us on our way back if we did. They didn't seem like they wanted to move much. If we didn't disturb them, it seems like they wouldn't come at us. So we, left. I guess I'm assuming they went back to gnawing on the bones that they were gnawing on.
I'm going to look at Radius. You followed the tracks from here to there.
Yes.
Thereby, by the powers of deduction and mathematics, because I am a right, I use that stuff all the time, we can infer from the fact that you followed the tracks from here to there that they're the ones that attacked and took the people from here.
It is very likely.
And you
Almost 90% likely.
So continuing down this path of deduction, therefore we can assume that now that they have seen you and saw you leave and perhaps saw you come back here, they know that we're here, so they will potentially come back and attack again.
It is possible, yes.
But do continue with your statements, Fist.
You couldn't let me have one optimistic point, could you?
No.
I am more than happy to allow you to have optimism when it is accurate. Now, because we have made improvements to this structures and we have built some boom booms, they'll have a much harder time because they didn't have them before, so they'll have a much harder time of simply invading and taking again. But I do believe that it would behoove us as a group to go back and investigate further, perhaps have a discussion with them, and then in the end you can do what you do best and fist them all most gloriously.
That's never gonna get old. I'm sorry.
We're gonna make that joke for as long as that character's here.
In my defense, I did read the comics of the Fister, so we're just gonna drop that 60s comic there and leave it.
That's what I
Old
get for
He-Man
naming
was
him the.
dope.
That's what I get for naming him the Fist, isn't it?
Yes,
Obviously.
Pretty much.
you have brought this entirely upon yourself.
Oh, I know. I know. I'm not complaining.
All right.
All right. So, do y'all want to like wait here and see if the bugs come and attack at a defensible position, or would it be better to go and try and take the fight to them?
Okay.
I feel like staying here and waiting would be better as long as they are actually coming to,
Right.
do
But
unsavory bug things.
I was giving that some thought on the way back over here. And theoretically, right, if we catch them and they're all still in there and we're outside, get their attention, the entry acts as like a funnel. They just will funnel right on out, so that way they won't get us all from all sides.
Perhaps I should ask another clarifying question. How many bug men are we talking about?
As far as we saw, I saw 5.
We saw 5.
And y'all went a step inside? Is that?
Yes.
More or less.
Oh, that is. And how big was the thing you found? The anthill mound
Quite
thing?
large. And the number of tracks would suggest that there were more than that. However, I would point out that simply waiting here increases the likeliness by 38.35% of bad things happening to those prisoners that they took.
He ain't wrong about that.
So let's go take a walk.
Let's not waste all the work the DM put into the map. Let's go.
You coming?
Who is this DM person that you speak of?
Some people worship them as if they were gods, and granted, their powers on this plane makes it about the same. A semi-benevolent dictatorial deity.
Before everybody starts walking, Doran's gonna kind of make his way over towards Thalo and just Thalo, are you doing all right? You seem angry with me.
I'm fine. I just nothing. Just let's go. And she stomps off.
You know that we're gonna talk about this later. We always do. And
I
he's gonna
mean,
start
assuming neither of you are horribly killed by bug people in the next hour.
She pays me to protect Elle, so I'm not going to let her die from the bugs.
I'm just saying maybe eventually ain't.
Nice to know that you have so much faith in us. I say with all the sarcasm I can muster in my voice.
Well, I'm glad you announced the sarcasm, because I wouldn't have noticed it otherwise. You've just got such an expressive face.
All right. So you're going back to the mound. Is that the deal, or?
Yes, we're going back to the
Yep.
mound. Even though I don't get to have my car.
How many boomies did the Wrights put together?
Oh no, she built the two Wrights built a pair of improved turrets to protect the base.
So who all is going?
Well,
I'm going.
I feel like
Chimps is
Duran.
going 'cause
I feel like Duran has to go.
Okay.
And Thalo went, but she stomped off to follow Chips and yeah, both y'all.
Annabelle.
Annabelle, yes.
Okay. Radius looks at the four of you and then offers to stay behind to protect the others while you're gone. In case they do come.
I'll show him how to use the turret.
Excellent. I will defend them with my life.
And before walking off, Duran's going to look at Radius, salute, and just don't die on me, okay?
I have no intention to cease functioning.
You better not.
all right, so it's
Duran?
just gonna be the three of us? Is that
Four of you.
the four of us? All right.
Duran, you are able to fairly easily lead them following the tracks. It's a lot easier in daytime. It does not take you 5 hours. It takes you 4 now, because you're not stumbling around in the dark a little bit. And you all arrive at the cavern. Just a second here. Can you all see it?
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. You all have control of your token. Feel free to tell me what you're doing.
Right. So I feel before we rush on in there, we need a plan of attack first. Because I do not plan on dying tonight. Today. Whatever. I don't plan on dying. So
Today, it's daytime.
I don't plan on dying today. Um, Anyone have any ideas of what to do from here? Because I can only offer one thing, and that's just punching them till they die.
I'm gonna send my little hand in to explore.
Use understanding from out here, or do I need to get closer to them?
Okay, remind me what understanding is.
Understanding. You observe or study a creature or object. Your next interaction with that creature or object gains 1 asset.
You're gonna have to see them to do that. But
people.
yeah, you can move close enough for that to happen. Chips. Go ahead and make a stealth check for your hand.
Would I base? I don't know what I'd base the stealth roll off of.
Just use your stats and skills. I'm assuming it's a part of you, right? So
Basically,
speed. Let's do difficulty 2. Oh, awesome.
well, my
Okay.
hand grips one of them, doesn't it?
All right.
For that, I'm
Is
gonna get
thing
real dice.
roping another weird monster? You're gonna get us arrested! You're gonna get put on a list!
Look, while it is part of me, it does not always answer to my commands. It's like a guy's thingamajig.
Um.
All right. Your hand crawls, it thinks carefully, about that far.
Okay.
All right. So that is what you see. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beetle-like creatures, and a whole bunch of what look to be peasants, not really peasants, but commoners, kind of off back a ways. A couple of them are whimpering softly. Others appear to be tending to them. And then one of the creatures reaches out and grabs your hand, holds it up, and starts trying to gnaw on it.
Yeah.
Okay. My hand is just gonna go in his mouth, I guess.
Use the power of weirdly molested by the detached hand.
The thing jumps to its feet, tugging and yanking at the hand that's in its mouth now and flings it hard against that central pillar, reaches down and grabs its spear and starts poking at it. The other 7 things, bug creatures around you or around it, all stop what they're doing. They get up, they pick up their spears, and they each start trying to stab it. And the hand is desperately trying to dodge this this cacophony of spears. They start making noise.
Oh.
Clicks and chitters and things like that.
It will now roll to escape.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll on Forge to see if Forge still hates my guts.
It is. Yeah, you would have made it. You're at a disadvantage to do that, but because 7 of them are looking right at you. But you dance and weave and
Well, it floats, so it can like fly up to the ceiling and shit. I just typically have it crawl on the ground because otherwise it won't see what I can trip over.
okay. So it
Yoink.
goes up to the ceiling and skitters back towards you, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
because it can only go a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
So it skitters back towards you, and their eyes follow it, and then they see you. And they all move towards the entrance.
In my defense, that dude tried to eat my hand.
Yes, it did.
Awkward silence.
All right. The noise sounds like it's drawing others.
Yes.
What do you do?
Annabelle, do you want to try talking to them, or am I saying hello with explosives?
Well, let's see what I get for understanding, and then because they're close enough for us to see now, right? Now that they're running towards us.
Oh yeah, you see 8 of them right off the bat.
Fuck. Okay. So I rolled a 17. So I know many
Okay.
things about the Bugmen.
I am getting his Forge is being an asshole.
You look at them for a long moment.
Oh.
They look to be dressed in some clothing. It's not particularly well put together, but it's intentionally put together. They all appear to have spears, much like the ones that I described for Rusty earlier. They look to be fairly competent with them. And you see that some of them appear to be dripping down from underneath their arms a red kind of a slime
Ew.
that
Oh.
almost looks like they're bleeding.
Icky.
You do believe you've seen that color before. It looks a lot like the gang tags that you saw on your...
Man, I thought it was bad when I thought they'd graffitied the place with blood. Now you're telling me they graffitied it with nasty-ass armpit slime?
Once again, I will add the disclaimer that I did not make this stuff up.
No, but you're the one narrating it, so you're just as guilty.
Fair enough.
At least it's not coming from their thorax or their butt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be worse.
Oh, trust me, it can always be worse.
Does Chips see that the stuff that they slimed the place with is from their from them dripping it?
Yes, some of them are, and you can see it.
I'm gonna pull out my filament detonation and hold it ready because I'm ready to.
Okay.
All right. I don't usually like to start with violence, but Chips, try not to hit the civilians.
Yes, boss. I'll set the filament detonation device and hand it to my hand. My hand's gonna dart in there, drop it, and keep going.
All righty. What does your filament device do? Let's explain that.
All right, so it's a 1d6 bomb. Filament detonation burst into a swirling mass of hundreds of extremely thin metal filaments that slice through flesh and objects. Last 10 minutes damage equal to cipher level. Basically, I just threw thorny vines amongst them.
Okay. So let's give me a level roll on that.
And that's if they move into or out of the area, they're going to take damage.
Right. I'm assuming they take damage on the explosion too, so they all... Let's see here.
These dice are fired.
You get a poor roll this time?
Yes.
Well, the rest of my dice are upstairs, and I don't feel like running upstairs to get them. But don't worry, I'll remember them from next time.
Nothing happened.
No, the damage is a 1, but it doesn't matter because it's 10 minutes and it's a 10-foot area. Because I literally dropped thorny vines on them with filament detonation. His right goes from very serene and happy when she's building stuff to violent chaos.
Look, there are a lot of things you can say about Chip's choices in life, but being able to turn a 10-foot radius into a blender bomb for 10 whole minutes is not necessarily a bad thing.
All right.
Yeah,
At this point, we're going to roll initiative.
All right. Yeah, that dot is going in its chair. That's a 1.
11.
8.
18.
Awesome. Y'all go first. So you have a. I'm going to try and draw this here.
Ooh, I just realized Doran can't even get close to them without the vine blender getting him too.
Well, they're going to
Yep.
come through the vine blender to get to you.
All right. So that rectangle is a vine blender or wire blender or whatever. Duran, are you gonna do something? Are you gonna hold your action? Do you have a cipher that you can use? Or
At the moment, the only cipher that I have active is the one that I activated beforehand. So
do you have another cipher that you can use?
not in this context. My other cipher is a rejuvenator.
Fair enough. Do you want to hold your action, or do you want to try and do something
Yeah,
else?
I'm gonna hold my action here.
Because you can probably sneak off to the right there between the
Yeah, between the wall and them right there.
yep.
You know what? I think playing it safe, Doran, so he doesn't get touched by these. He's gonna make his way over around the spikes there.
Okay. Awesome. What about everybody else? What are y'all doing?
Bork.
Who's going?
I was letting the fist decide what he was doing.
The fist moved.
I already made my move.
If one comes close to Thalo, she's just gonna glare at it and use onslaught. So I guess whichever one's closest to her.
So you're probably going to want to move closer. But you can move up to 3 squares. They're 10 foot each, and 30 is short range. And then, yep, that puts 2 of them within range of you.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess get to use that because it's only one intellect. Right?
Yep. Yay for edge.
Yep. Okay. I guess physical is always worth more damage, so I guess we'll do that. It's the 4 damage. Let's see. Was in 11. So probably didn't hit it.
That hits.
Oh, it does. Cool. Neat.
Okay, which one are you going to hit, on the left or the right?
Left.
Okay.
Nope, I can't. Okay.
All right. He looks like he's a lot worse for wear. You see the cuts from the wire, and there's something of a laceration that happens when you shoot off your onslaught, and he is oozing red liquid from underneath his arms profusely.
Ew.
It's pretty gross.
Don't put it on me.
Annabelle, chips.
Chips will pew
Annabelle's-
pew.
Okay, what are we pew-pewing?
My buzzer.
Your buzzer, okay? 13 will hit. Which one are you attacking?
The same one that Thalo did.
Awesome. It goes down.
And your mother.
All right, homeboy's dead. Next up.
Annabelle is holding back because nobody was injured, so
Okay. I'm thinking we need to figure out a ranged weapon for you. This seems like a smart idea. Okay. The lot of them are going to move to try and attack. And they're going to take another point of damage doing it. And they are going after Kit Fisto.
One moment, I have to stop a rat from tearing something. Stop that. I'm a pineapple for you. Sorry.
No worries.
They were
You said
ripping
you're
up
going
the
after,
inside.
So they are all attacking you, Duran. That's going to be a speed defense roll. That is a difficulty 4. Because
All
they're
right.
attacking as a mob.
Oh, right. Okay, right there. It's a 13. Yeah, just made it.
Just made it. They poke their spears at you, kind of the way they were doing with Chips's fist. And boy, you do some fancy dancing and ducking and weaving, floating like a butterfly, and
what he's
whatever.
doing is, what he's doing, he's just kind of just they're going for the poke, and he's just doing the nope, 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 nope.
Very nice. Very nice. And so yeah, you've got a bunch now that are close enough for you to attack if you want to play with them.
Yeah, actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. So, what I'm gonna do here, this one right here, the one that's kitty corner from me here,
Yep.
that's the one I'm going for. I'm just gonna fucking slam it in the face.
Awesome.
All right. What's the CN?
It's gonna be a difficulty 2.
19.
Beautiful. You taking the extra damage, or are you doing a minor effect?
I'll do the extra damage.
All right. It goes down.
And then I'm going to look at the one directly next to me here and just do this whole motion.
It starts oozing from its underarms.
I just want to point out here that every time we do combat, I get to use the words "Fisto fists them to death" at least once, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. He's gonna notice the oozing after he did his hand motion. He's gonna look at the others and just. So I think that oozing means that they're scared.
It means that they're gross.
Well, yes, but I also think that it means that they're scared. Because I think it's the equivalent to pissing themselves.
Also gross.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, since they're eagerly distracted by Doran, I'm close enough now that I'm gonna clock one of them with my club.
You're going to move into immediate range to that near guy and clock him with your club.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do it. You take a swing, and he actually manages to dodge you.
Ignore that.
Joanne, your dice aren't giving you any luck today, are they?
Not the ones on Foundry, my physical ones will. But then the viewers can't see it if I use my physical ones.
They're not seeing your dice rolls anyway, are they?
They should be.
You have to do it on the. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have your?
There you go.
Yeah. The digital dice, whatever it is there.
There you go.
3D dice.
Yeah, 3D dice.
There we go. Thalo, Andabel.
So many of them.
I'm still holding in the back.
Do you want to move closer to the others, or you're kind of off by yourself? I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was trying to use the little wall thing for cover, but I don't know if that's helpful. So 3 of these little squares is.
Yeah, or you can do 6 if that's all you're doing is moving.
Yeah, I'm just gonna duck over here back behind Phalo.
That works.
So I'm closer to the team.
Using the
Hello?
small little witch for using the small little witch for cover.
Going back. I mean, I guess best thing to do is just keep using onslaught. Yeah, I guess I'll just throw another onslaught at the next closest one.
One that Chips was swinging at, or
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
behind him?
The one Chip was.
Okay.
Just glare everyone to death. That's how I'm imagining it's going. That's 13.
Plenty. It dies.
We've got little miss. I'll stare at you. I'll stare you in the eyes until you bleed to death.
Phalo keeps casting side eyes until they die.
Yeah, she's literally just like standing there with her arms crossed, just glaring at the things.
Bad cockroach. Bad cockroach. Bad cockroach.
She's doing the upset mother glare. That's what's. I feel like that's what that is. The upset mother glare.
Or like, you know how in school, whenever you would do something wrong and the teacher would just stare at you until you noticed her staring at you.
Oh, I just noticed we got them fancy shadows, don't we? On Forge here. I didn't realize we had fancy shadows like that.
Yes, I figured out the fancy shadows. You see two more approaching you off to your right, Rusty. Doran. And it is your turn again.
Yep. If that's the case, since I took care of the one kitty corner. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna keep making. I'm gonna make my way up to those two by going up to this one, and I'm gonna pound this one's face to dust.
We're going to fist him again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, fist him so hard. And that is an 18. Using my good
And it dies.
Yep, I'm using my good new dice here. And then second verse is the first. Look at the other one and just stare at it. The one right in front of me there. Just stare. Not to the point where it can kill him like Thalo does, but
Who knows? Maybe he thinks that if he stares hard enough, they'll die.
Well, I guess I feel like it's from this one's perspective, right? I was standing by the corpse of one of the others, obvious a dent in wherever I punched it, and then then this next one was just it was just like a drive-by slaughter.
Now serving 3.
I like to think that's just you walking past and just bam down.
Another bug bites the dust.
Okay, who's next?
I clock them. Clock them real good.
The one in front of you was killed by Thalo.
Why is it still there then?
It's zoom in.
It's got the little death symbol on it.
It's got the little death symbol on it.
Just because they're dead doesn't mean their bodies are going to disappear.
Nobody asked you. Fine. I'm gonna hit him with my buzzer.
The one behind him?
Yes,
Awesome. Hit him with your buzzer.
I did.
Okay. What'd you get? So a 20. Major effect or hit points?
Hit points, because my buzzer only does 2 points of damage. And I don't think you'd let the major effect be that the second blade, because my thing shoots 2 blades at once. The second blade pinging off the first guy and hitting the guy next to him. So
No. But he does die.
sploot.
We are just mowing through these guys. They haven't landed a single hit on any of us yet.
I just needed to use Cypher dice.
Thalo.
Quartz, you're up.
Oh, sorry. How many of them would fit in a 10-foot cube?
1.
Conveniently.
Just one. Darn.
Yeah, each square is 10 feet.
Oh, darn. They're not all bunched up. Can't think of anything to do outside of just continuing to do the same thing over and over. I thought
Any
maybe
cool ciphers?
I mean, that's
I
what I'm doing.
do,
I'm doing the same thing over and over.
My ciphers are spray an unmoving object and make it float, gravity nullifying. teleportation thing or telepathy something. Not particularly battle useful unless, I don't know, we were trying to keep something away from them and make it float.
Okay,
So you can
theoretically,
make them float to where they're trapped perpetually in the cycle of being slashed and stabbed.
right? But theoretically, could you make them float and then shut it off and they drop to the ground to hit the ground with enough force to hurt them?
I don't think I can make them float. I have to make a non-living object the size of a person or smaller float. Is the
So you
specific
can make one of the
thing.
dead bodies float.
Yeah, because it technically counts as a non-living object and it's the size of a person.
I guess. Make it float just to make it float.
Or
Oh,
you
no,
could
but
fling it at them.
I
Yeah,
can't. I don't know if I can release it because
It's
it
that
says
motherfucker
like
with the other motherfucker.
it says a non-living object about the size of a person or smaller sprayed by this cipher floats 1d 20 feet in the air permanently and no longer has weight if carried, though it needs to be strapped down. So I don't think I can choose to make it fall.
Theoretically, okay. Hear me out. You might be okay based on the wording, right? Based on the wording, you could make it float, grab it by its ankle since it no longer has any weight to it, right? And
Yeah.
hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
You could, in fact, do that.
But it would actually be better to save that cipher to use it on stuff that's heavier later.
Yeah.
You
So I
can just
figured-
keep
Just
side eyeing
stare
them
'em
to
at-
death. No one's gonna be
Just
mad.
keep staring at them. You're
Well,
doing
'cause
great.
I thought that it would be fun to like maybe make some of them think that they're trapped in like fire or something so that they wouldn't be useful. Like they wouldn't go try to hit anything, but if I can only contain one of them like that, like theoretically, that's not really worth it.
Fair enough.
So
So maybe
I
take a
have-
5-foot step forward and attack one of the
Yeah.
guys in the back row.
Here we go. Whoa, okay. Sorry, I have like a limited. I'm gonna go back again. There. Okay. Sorry. The thing like the whole thing like scrolls whenever I move with it. I don't see the whole bit on the tablet. It's annoying, but yeah. So just step forward and I want to do something different. No, I guess we'll just continue to glare of death.
Okay.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know.
Of those back two, which one do you want? The one on the left, the one on the right?
We'll go right this time.
He dies.
4 damage. I rolled a well. Woohoo! I guess.
Halo's racking up quite the body count here. Without even getting her hands dirty, you know?
You got 6 down. Annabelle?
Well, we still haven't taken any damage, so
We really have.
I guess I'll move closer to Chips to stay with the team as we're pressing forward, but
Okay. It's probably a good idea.
I don't have anything else to contribute because nobody's hurt, so
And do you have any interesting ciphers?
Yeah.
no. I can make them reconsider something briefly, and I can talk to them if they're very far away from me. Or I could always use my bird noise hat.
See, my only currently useful cipher is active at the moment, and because if I take any damage, I get teleported into a random direction, an immediate distance in a random direction.
You said make them reconsider something briefly. All I could think is you're just gonna go ah.
Even better, it's a magic lava lamp.
Just have them stare into it, and they just rethink all their life choices.
Okay. All right.
Saw you move that way.
Phalo, you need to make 2 speed defense rolls. Those are going to be difficulty 2.
Oh, I
You
don't.
got an asset because I'm right next to you.
So, goose other dice. Well, that was a 3 and a 10.
Okay, so you take 2 points of damage as one of them sticks you. Oh, that's right. You had an asset. Never mind. You just barely dodge one of them. Like it catches on the sleeve of your shirt and tears it a little bit. But it doesn't stick. The other one totally misses. But he's probably in pain because he just got sliced up walking through the wire bramble patch. Duran, you need to make a speed defense roll, difficulty 2.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Okay. He pokes at you again, and the guy above you pokes at you, and you fairly deftly dodge it, but he's got you hemmed in, and it is your turn.
Okay. You know what? Okay. This guy's right up on me here. So I am actually going to use my threaten ability. Foes within immediate distance hesitate, which hinders their next action. So it's going to hinder his next action.
Okay.
I can do this once, although the abilities are renewed each time I make a recovery roll. And then I'll just wham. And that's 20.
All right.
That is quite a pile
Ouch.
of corpses we've accumulated.
Okay. Major effect or
Okay, major effect wise, can I punch him and he just kind of like knocks into the guy behind him?
sure.
All right, yeah, I slam my fist at him right in his sternum area, whatever the sternum area would be on these guys. Just knock
Okay.
him hard enough. He just bounces right on back to the next guy.
Remind me how much you fist him for.
My fists do a total of six damage each. Yes.
Ouch. You punch him in the sternum and you hear a loud crack. There's that red ooze that squirts out from underneath his arm as you punch him. He goes flying back into the other guy, but some of that stuff gets on you. It stinks. The other guy tries to dance out of the way, but is not very deft at doing it. And he stumbles a little bit. He's going to be hindered on his next action. So.
Oh, this is disgusting. Philo, I got it on me.
Chipper, I'm gonna need you to add washing machine to the list of things we're doing when we get back.
Yes, boss.
All right. So yeah, you punched him back. He goes back there. You have, let's see, Phalo, you got 2 around you. Chips, you've got 1 in immediate range, and Andabel, they're closing in on your friends.
I'll pray for y'all.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
19?
Jesus. Okay. Minor effect or yes, minor effect or 3 damage.
Can I have the minor effect be that I knock him back into this filament?
Okay, so
Like
you're
a
going to do 2
squeaky leg
damage from your
syndrome.
club, and then another damage from
Him falling backwards.
him falling
Or
backwards.
stumbling backwards.
I'm just loving that these guys even think they have a chance.
I mean, what else are they gonna do? We sort of bust in the front door.
We bust in the front door and we've been picking them off one by one. That's gonna
I'm just
scare
confused
anybody.
they keep going through the blender zone.
I don't know that they can see the blender zone.
No, they can see it. The ones that are trying to aid the others are not going through the blender zone. But they're having to take a while to get there because you put the blender zone right in between where they needed to go. So there's that. Let's see here. Thalo, you've got one right next to you.
So that explains why they've been converging on me.
Yeah, we've created a bottleneck to grant you a target-rich environment. Say thank you, Chips.
Is the one that's right next to Thalo the one that ripped her shirt?
Yes.
All right, she is gonna yoink out her whip and just start slashing at it, like whipping at it, like you ripped my shirt.
She is whipping it good.
It's worth less damage, but it lets her get more rage out.
Do 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 do.
14.
Correct that whip. And that's a medium or a light.
It's light, so it's only 2.
So it's 2. It's looking hurt. It's still alive.
Now watch me whip it, and watch me nene, and watch me whip it, and watch me nene.
All right. That is you're down to Annabelle, who's still, I believe, holding action, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that Taylor was mostly making a lot of whip cracks rather than actually hitting.
It's not so much dangerous as loud.
Yeah.
Okay, quick question. During Thalo's shows, right? Does she use her whip a la Jacques Whipper?
I mean, I don't think she sings very much, but like maybe in like a using it to keep time with whatever music might be playing a little bit.
Okay. Duran, difficulty 2, speed defense roll. Thalo, difficulty 2, speed defense roll.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a 6.
I rolled a 1.
Awesome. Okay.
I rolled a 1.
So,
Yeah, Philo
I thought I was a
Thalo,
god,
you made
but I
it.
was not.
Oh, okay.
I have a GM intrusion for you, Annabelle. Would you like it?
Yes.
Okay. So you get 2 experience. You get to give 1 to somebody else in the party.
Let's give it to Fisto because we have been shitting on him all night.
Thank you.
Fisto gets an experience. All right. So as this beetle-like creature goes to attack Phalo, and she manages to dodge, but it's close enough that she kind of knocks the spear aside a little bit, and it knocks this guy off balance, and instead of being here, he is now there. Doran, you get attacked by a spear and stabbed. You are taking 2 damage, and then you are knocked back into the razor patch.
I think I'd only be taking 1 damage since I've got 1 shield, correct?
You
I've got
are
1 point.
taking 1 damage from the razor, and you're taking 1 damage from because you got the shield.
Yeah, my Flesh of Stone ability there lets me have 1, while not wearing any armor, lets me have 1 armor point.
So it looks like you're going to have something to do, Annabelle, because Duran's finally getting caught up to with.
He got too
Somebody
cocky.
got hurt.
He got too cocky. That's what happened.
All right, we're going to finish this combat out, and I think we're going to stop for the night because it's 10:30. So, I understand this is going to run a little bit long. I apologize, but we're going to finish this out. It's not going to take too long. So, Duran, it is your turn.
All right.
Unless somebody else wants to go first.
So I got knocked into the blender ring, didn't I?
Yes, you are in the blender ring.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to push myself out of there. I know I'll be taking some. I'll be
Take another point of damage.
No, I wouldn't actually be taking a damage from that.
Yes, you would.
Isn't it 1 damage?
It is 1 damage, but it ignores your armor.
Damn it. Okay. Yep. I'm pushing myself out of there.
Which direction are you pushing?
I'm pushing back. I'm pushing
That
back
way?
out
Okay.
where I was.
Coolness.
And I'm just gonna fucking let this guy have it. You don't make me bleed my own blood. And let's just pop this guy in the face. And that is a 19.
Awesome. How do you want to do it?
Okay, so what I'm thinking here, I'm gonna pull an Omni-Man to Red Rush situation here. And I'm going to grip this guy, but I'm gonna grip this creature by the sides of his head, right? And just splat, crush between my hands.
Okay. So first off, you get a whole bunch of that goop on you. Second off, make an intimidation roll. This is a DC 1.
And that is another 19.
Plenty. And it is now either Chips or Hannah Andabel or Thalo. There is one guy that's threatening Andabel now.
Smash him.
Club him to death. Another one?
19.
Okay. Yeah, he's dead.
Give us back our people.
You see, after several moments, two larger beetle creatures slowly move through the others and stand in front of you. Why you attack Frontex home?
Why you attacked our home?
And that is where we'll leave it tonight.
So rude.
How wooed. It is 10:31. I got pretty close. I'm feeling proud of that, actually.
Good job.
I feel like it made it. I feel like our 19s there at the end kind of made that a bit, kind of sped that along there.
Yes, it did. Now, realize that these creatures are also very wimpy, and
Yeah.
you made it so that they couldn't coordinate their attacks very well because of the area effect cipher, which is a good move. So yeah, it's we'll see what happens next time. You haven't gotten rid of all of them by far, but one of them appears to speak truth. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You just about killed half of his clan, though, so he's probably not feeling super generous. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you hanging out for a couple hours. Hope you enjoyed. If you missed part of it or want to see it, it will be up on YouTube here shortly. And from our Citadel to yours, happy gaming. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Happy gaming.
Bye.